Hello everyone, I am going live for a few minutes. This is Aria Craig, your empowerment and leadership strategist for fiercely ambitious moms and women. I work with women and moms in particular on creating success in the three most important aspects of their lives. Hey Kai, I know you're doing wonderful. I'm watching you too. The three most important aspects of their lives. I have Periscope here and Facebook here, which are the three most important aspects of their lives are parenting, career / entrepreneurship, and relationships. So what I think I'm going to do for 2017 is start breaking them down, because I think I've just been here and there and everywhere with what I want to address with those three topics. But I think what I'm going to do is start focusing on one topic each week, and then building on that each week, and then going to the next topic the next week, and then having discussion and building and so forth, so I can just keep it steady and streamlined instead of one per day. So that way everybody gets to engage, have questions, have discussion, and we talk about anything related to that particular topic for the entire week. So I think that's a great idea. So for right now, just going on really quickly, we are almost closing out 2016. 2016 was an interesting year. We had a lot of things going on that brought us great joy, great excitement, and we had some things that brought us disappointment, some of us disappointment, sorrow. But you can always look at that, turn it around, and look at that as an opportunity. It's going strong on Periscope. It always does that on Facebook for some reason. So anyway, 2017, use this as an opportunity with whatever lessons that you have learned in 2016 to move forward in 2017. Use that as a platform for opportunity, regardless of what's going on in our country, what's going on in your community, what's going on in your neighborhood, church. This should be the time to where you start shifting and using things as an opportunity. So that being said, the topic for today, I just want to give you three instances in my life to where I almost gave up. And I'm glad that I'm talking about this closing out 2016, because I am ready for 2017 and what I have to bring. I am all in. As you notice, I don't know if you all noticed one of the posts that I have for Facebook. I have three particular words in my Facebook post for today, which I'm going to be pretty much is going to be my theme for 2017. Creation, manifestation, and domination. In that order for 2017, what I'm going to bring for my brand, Aria Craig, empowerment and leadership strategist for ambitious moms and women. So I want to talk about three instances in my life to which I almost gave up. One being in middle school. When I was in middle school in the 6th grade in particular, actually this happened 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, but in particular 6th grade, which I have the strongest memory of being bullied. And I spoke about this before. I even spoke about this in my book, Volume 1 of the Single Mother Diaries, where I had thoughts of committing suicide, which I'm seeing a lot nowadays. A lot of children is still prevalent with being bullied. A lot of children feeling as though they have no hope, they have no support, and they have no love, and people don't understand what they're going through, because you can have all the support that you can from your family, but when you go off to school and that's where you're being bullied, your family is not sitting in the seat next to you to help you ward off that person that is bothering you, that is crushing your self-esteem, that is crushing your thought or your self-love and value of self-worth. So, when I was growing up, what they taught me when I was younger, what my mom taught me, was to just simply ignore them. But when a lot of people didn't understand what I went through, it was very degrading and very hurtful to go into school every single, well, I won't say every single day, but just about on a regular basis, or just about every day, being made the brunt of jokes. I would get so nervous going into certain classes every single day to where I would almost shake physically, where I would like break out in little hives and I would shake. And when I had about 3 people in particular that will roast on me when they started bullying me, and then the class would start laughing, and I would just sit there and I would want to cry. And there was a few times that I did, and I would be so uncomfortable and nervous to where you can see the deodorant running down my arms. Like I would have streams of white, dry white deodorant marks running down my arms because I was so nervous sitting there being the brunt of jokes. And sometimes I would laugh with them, hoping that they would stop laughing and making fun of me. Hopefully if I just laugh with them, they would stop. And because I was an easy target, it was just like they just picked on me all the time. So I had thoughts. Like I said, I spoke about this in my book, and I have a section in there on how to talk to your children if they are being bullied at school. So what I had to do was endure that every day. Again, when I was younger, one of the suggestions that my mom gave me was just ignore them. But ignoring them is not going to make them stop, and ignoring them is not going to make them go away. And for me, my bullies were boys. So if you had, it was a difference if you had a girl that was talking about you, it was more or less, okay, we'll talk about them back and beat them up or whatever. If they're coming at you, come at them stronger, or go over there and fight back. That wasn't always the case, because a lot of times the bullying was done in class. And like I said, they were done by boys, and then everybody else in the classroom would start laughing. So just ignoring it was not going to help. And when the child is going to their parent to address this issue, it's hurtful, and the child feels like they don't have support from the people who should be in their corner the most. If all the suggestion is we'll just ignore, and nobody's actually going to the school to talk to the principal. Nobody's telling the principal, okay, you need to talk to this parent, and their parent needs to talk to their child, because if it happens again, I'm going to be up at that school, and it's going to be a problem. I'm going to be talking to the board of administration, and maybe you guys need to figure out what y'all are going to do with that child. Nobody did that. Like, it just went as far as ignore it. So that I can say, because I talked to one of my friends about this too, and he was like, you were very brave for telling your story, because I think earlier this year, if you guys didn't see it, I did a YouTube broadcast where I talked about the trials and tribulations that I went through in my life, and bullying was one of them. So that was one of the times that I almost gave up. When my son grew, when he was in, I would have to say around in elementary school, one of the reasons why I was bullied was because of the way that I looked. So I was, I had my little braids in my hair, natural hair, little braids in my hair that my mom would braid my hair. And I had an overbite with gaps in between my teeth. And it was like a really bad overbite. And it's really funny that I'm talking about this now. Well, not really funny, but ironic. And I'll get to that second point later. But my son actually, when he grew older, when he got to be about 6 or 7 years old, when all of his adult teeth came in, they did the same thing. But the weird thing is, he didn't have that issue. Like when my son went to elementary school, he had all types of friends. He was voted class president after being at that school for like a year and a half. Like he had all types of buddies. I didn't have that. It was the exact opposite for me. I had people that, my boys that talked about me, and girls that didn't really want to be my friends or associated with me because boys talked about me. So, when you were in middle school, you start thinking about boys. As a girl, you start thinking about boys. As boys, you start thinking about girls. So if you're going to be around anybody that's going to ruin their reputation, you're not going to be around anybody who's going to ruin their reputation. You're going to surround yourself with people that's like you and getting attention. So I was pretty much a loner all the way through the time I graduated. But with my son, the exact opposite. Like he got all types of friends, and he was popular, and he kind of still is now. So, but for me, I remember telling him, when he was ready to get braces, I told him we went to the orthodontist, and they told him to wait till he was about 11 years old. So when he was 11, I told him, you don't have to get braces unless you absolutely want to. If you are comfortable with it, then we can go. So he said, yeah, he wanted to get braces. So I took him to the orthodontist, and we set up the appointment, and there you go. However, for me, it was a completely different story. And I was like, that just goes to show you how there's a difference between girls and boys when it comes to certain situations. So that was one of the times that I almost gave up. I remember having those thoughts of suicide a couple of times when I was in middle school. So when I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing, just a few weeks ago, there was a young lady that was, I think, what was she, 13 or 14 years old? She committed suicide because she was bullied and harassed at school. I can identify with that. I understand her pain and her concern, her feeling of low self-esteem and low self-worth, and that people just don't understand. People weren't advocating on her behalf. Nobody was stepping up. This person kept doing it, and here she is. She lost her life while this person gets to continue on and probably bully somebody else. And the sad part is, I remember talking to somebody about this a while ago. The sad part is sometimes the people that are bullying don't even realize that they're bullying. Sometimes they do, and then sometimes they don't. So growing up, the second time that I almost gave up was right after, and this was a different type of giving up, was right after high school. I did not know what to do with myself because I didn't really get that support from my mom. I didn't get support from my dad because he wasn't around. I didn't get a lot of support from my mom to tell me or show me as a junior and senior in high school, you need to start thinking about your future. I didn't know what that was like in terms of going off to college. So when I graduated from high school and I was kind of pretty much a loner by that point, I didn't go to my high school graduation. I didn't go to prom. I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Even though I knew I was very smart, I just didn't know what I was going to do because I didn't get that guidance and that structure. So I had to kind of figure things out the hard way. So that giving up is not necessarily, that giving up for me was like, okay, I not necessarily giving up on life, but giving up on a future, on a successful future. So then I had to figure things out, and I went from there. As soon as I figured things out, I mean, that's just pretty much how it's been for me ever since, saying that I need to know and understand what I want my future to look like, and now I got to figure out how to get there, how to attain it. So the third time I almost gave up was early this year, because once I lost my job last year, it was more or less feeling, it was like a loss, a feeling of loss. So it's like, okay, I don't have this safety net, I don't have this paycheck coming in every other week, I don't have these benefits. Now what am I going to do? So it was like, when I started my business, I went ahead and released the first volume of the Single Mother Diaries. And after I released it, like, I didn't get coaching or training. Like, once I released the book, it was like, okay, I was thrown out there like, okay, now you got to figure out how to market. I didn't know how to market a book. I just put it on Facebook and people liked it, but nobody was saying, oh, thank you, Tanya. I love you. I love you so much, Tanya. You need to beat my face up in a few weeks, because when I do my next photo shoot, I need help with my makeup. So, but anyway, what I was saying before is when I started, I told myself I need to do something, because I know, again, I'm very smart. But then again, like I said in my last broadcast, when you work for a company for so long, you feel so, thank you, Tanya. You feel bound to that company and not really realizing that that company is not bound to you. So once you leave, there is that separation and that loss. You're like, okay, what do I actually mourned the loss of my company, even though my company didn't even treat me well. But I mourned the loss of not having those things anymore that my company was providing for me, regardless of how I was treated. I was mourning the loss of what I was getting in return. So opening up my own business, hey, Develda, mwah. So opening up my own business brought a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, having to figure out how am I going to finance this? What am I going to do? I don't have a roadmap. I don't have a blueprint. I need support because nobody in my family was an entrepreneur. I'm like, what do I do? My husband was an entrepreneur, but he's an entrepreneur from a different angle, because he was an entrepreneur before, went to corporate America, came back to be an entrepreneur to do the same thing. So he already had somewhat of a following that he could pick up. I had no one. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And it's so much easier when you're trying to start a business, when you're already working for a company, because your whole thought process is, this is a means to an end. I'm just getting this paycheck because at the end of the day, when I get this paycheck, part of this paycheck is going to go to fund my business. So, but when you don't have anything where you got to come out your pocket, you got to, I'm one of the people where I don't like to ask family, because I'm going to be honest with you, some people who I really, who I felt would come to be my support because I was always there for them, they have failed me. So I just don't go to them anymore. And actually, and y'all probably don't even see them as my Facebook friend anymore. But that was a whole separate broadcast that I did, to where I realized if you are not going to contribute to my happiness and my success after I have supported you for so long, I'm not going to let you take advantage of me any further. I'm going to cut you loose. 2017, it's a new day, creation, manifestation, domination. If you're not going to be part of that process, then there's nothing that I could do for you. I'm going to have to cut ties with you, and I'm going to leave you in the back, and I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to look in my rearview mirror, because if I look in my rearview mirror to see you, then that means I'm going to crash, because I'm not looking at what's in front of me, the journey that's in front of me. So I'm very comfortable with that decision. But what do you say? Yes, yeah, that's right. We knew that, like you can no longer. That's right. That's right. You are your company. And it's scary, because when you are starting off as an entrepreneur, you are everything in your business. Until you get a team, you are everything. I was up to 4 o'clock this morning trying to get ready for this launch. And my sisters came in from Colorado, and I'm going like this. And I was like, y'all, I probably got bags under my eyes, but y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it come Sunday when this launch happens. It's gonna be like boom, 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 and y'all probably gonna get tired of me. But if you are one of that's an entrepreneur and you are trying to start your own business, that's part of marketing and branding. And you're gonna need the support of everybody. Everybody that is there to see you win, you're gonna need their support. Not necessarily from a financial perspective all the time, but people may have resources that they can introduce you to that help you be successful. So that was one of the times that I almost gave up, because I was like, I don't know what to do. At one point, nobody told me that it takes so much time once you are an entrepreneur, you set up your business. It's going to take a couple of years for you to really get started. You build a foundation. So when you are ready to take flight, it's going to take about a good 2 years. Nobody told me that. Like, I was looking for instant success. Like, when is my book going to be a bestseller? When am I going to be a best-selling author? And why is nobody calling me to do speaking engagements? And this, that, and the other. And, when I was doing speaking, when I started doing speaking engagements, I'm like, why is no one offering me money? And someone had to tell me, no, boo-boo, doesn't work that way. You just start, and you have to crawl before you walk. For you to get comfortable with speaking in front of people, for people to learn how to love you and trust you, you got to do this stuff for free at first. You got to show and give and pour into first, and then you start getting clients, because clients are going to start saying to you, I can relate to you. I understand what you're going through. I love you. I love what you can provide. I love your energy. I understand that you're going through the same thing, and I need help, so I need your services. You got to be able to pour. And one thing I would say that I had to learn really quick, which is kind of off topic, but you cannot pour water in health and life into a dirty cup. If you have a cup that's filled with dirt and you're trying to pour water into it, all it's going to do is create mud. So you need to be able to make sure that person has to be ready to flush out the impurities, flush out the toxic waste, flush out all of that stuff. So when you are ready to serve and pour into, they are working with a fresh cup to where you can give them that life, that oxygen that they need to breathe and live and move forward with success, with a new frame of mind. So I had to learn that. I almost quit, until Develda can tell you, until I met Coach Z, my business coach. I almost quit because I was like, I don't know what to do. Nobody's giving me direction. I am, I was just frustrated. Yes, Tanya, service. Yes. And yes. So it's like, I was just like, I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I need help. And then when Coach Z came along, it was like, okay, I can have my aha moment. So I'm like, okay, now I have a roadmap. Now I have a blueprint. I have everything that I need to serve, but I need to figure out the strategy, the structure behind it. I'm good with strategies for everything else, for everyone else, even in corporate America, because that's what I did. But when it came to myself, I felt like I didn't have that confidence to do it for myself, which was really strange. I had another friend that told me the same thing. She was like, I could do this all day, every day. But when I did it in my own business, I didn't even know. I felt like so uncomfortable, like I wasn't going to be able to perform at my maximum because I was so used to doing it for other people. And that's when we had to start shifting that mindset. You provided the services, you provided the talent, you provided the experience, you provided the skills, you provided the education. Why do you want to continue to make somebody else wealthy when you know within yourself that's not what you want to do? You have too much that you could be able to provide for others through your own company. Through yourself. It's just a matter of setting the company up. Everybody has to go through the schematics and the formation and all that kind of stuff to set it up. But you have everything that you need to be able to move forward in your own business for yourself. Some people can't handle that. Some people are just like, I just want to move up the corporate ladder. That's fine too. I've done that also. But I also told y'all I had somebody that was threatened by me and she blocked me. Even though I was going like this, she was like, oh, no. That's a whole nother conversation though. So that's all I have to say. I didn't say it. They won't hear you. Yeah, that's right. Ask me, Coach Z. Yes, Coach Z. So that's all I have to share with you all. 3 different times that I almost gave up and gave up in 3 different ways. That's what I want to share with you. 2012. Oh, Jesus, I said 2012. 2016 is coming to a close. I'm sorry. It's coming to a close. And I'm already in that frame of mind. I'm already at a place to where I am manifesting what 2017 is going to look like for me. I'm already putting things in place. D, you and I need to talk because we got our conference coming up, so we need to be partnering. So you and I need to talk, and I'm here for you. You know that, so reach out to me. We are putting things in place. I have training in place. I got programs in place. I already got one on Teachable. I'm getting things, just everything is coming together for me. And I am one of those people where I don't even say that the sky is the limit because I think the sky is a limit. You know, you can go further than that, breaking barriers. So I have so many people because I just started this email, sending out emails on a regular basis. And I had so many people. I had one lady tell me I need you to keep sending those to me so I could put them in my Facebook group. So if you guys are interested in just getting free information, free emails, wanting me to keep pouring because, I'm best at writing, just let me know. Go to my my website, www.ariacraig, and sign up there. I'm trying to see. I think my website is under construction, but I think that part is up. If it's not, it will be by tomorrow because I'm going to go back on there and tidy some things up. So, but you can always opt in at the very bottom of the website for free emails, just free content, free information, tips, suggestions, events. Also, if you're not already part of the Mile Movement Facebook page, Facebook group, Mile Movement Facebook group, please go over there because I have tips, suggestions. I give free information. I give freebies. I need you to go over there. It's free. Go over there and sign. Well, not necessarily sign up, but become active. This is going to be a growing community because I just really want to be of service. It's not about being wealthy or being rich. I really want to be of service because there's so many people in this world who I know that I can be of great service to who need what I have to offer. I'm all about trying to make sure people are getting better with what's going on in this world today, y'all, especially for people of color and minorities. What's going on in this world, in this country today, I need everybody to be on their P's and Q's with maximum potential, with maximizing, I should say, their potential, with figuring out what is my plan and what am I going to do. Without somebody telling me what I'm going to do, without the government trying to form a structure around what they think you need to be doing. This is the time. 2017 is rolling around for you to get active, for you to get intentional, for you to start creating those goals and setting them. And if you need help, I am here. Why? Because I want you to be your very best, and I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to advocate on your behalf. I'm going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to help you create strategies to get real results, because that's what I want everybody to do, is maximize your potential. It would be a waste of your time, energy that God has given you and put you on this earth with all the talent, skills, and gifts that you have, and you are sitting there letting them lay dormant with everything that you can provide. Everything with D, with what she's doing, what Tanya's doing, because Tanya could be the face, y'all. I'm telling y'all, with everything that we all are doing and what we can provide, and with everybody, all the billions of people on this, and you could travel doing it. You don't have to stay local. You don't have to stay in just south side or suburbs of Chicago, or just Chicago, or Houston, or Dallas, or Los Angeles. The world is your smorgasbord. You can do whatever, wherever in this entire world. You just got to get going with it. You got to be intentional and get moving. Get up and show works. Isn't that what scripture says? You have to be working in it in order for it to manifest. So I ain't got off topic, y'all. I'll get it in a second. So anyway, that's all I have to give for you today. I have more. I'm going to be on here just about every day. I wasn't on yesterday because of some situations that were going on. Just to give you a quick, I lost one of my brothers in Christ in church, and his homegoing. So, well, his visitation was yesterday. So I was a little down because he passed away on Christmas Eve. And Christmas was kind of down for me. So I went to go and pay my respects yesterday. And my congregation is mixed. So I love my brothers and sisters in Christ. I just love them. They have supported me. And that is where I get a lot of my motivation and my inspiration to keep moving forward. So y'all, it's about to be 2017. Praising God that 2017, 1/1/17 starts on a Sunday, y'all. Hello? You can't get any better than that. With what's about to happen with this country, you can't get any better than the first of the year starting on a Sunday for you to begin things anew. Okay? So anyway, that's what all I have to say. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. This is Aria Craig signing off, and I will see you all tomorrow. Maybe not, because y'all might be out kicking it. I don't know. I got to get on early enough. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.